Are you struggling to sell online, earn commissions, or get traffic? Well, you might have the highest quality content, product, but if people are not interested in watching or purchasing that, then you might not be able to sell it or your product might underperform. It's hard to figure out what's popping or what's spiking people interest without a trend research tool. And Exploding Topics Pro is one of the best tools for trend research and topic interest research, meaning that you can align your goals with what people are actually searching for online. This tool will help you find high interest topics, products, and business opportunities even before they become popular. And so in this video, I will show you the Exploding Topics Pro dashboard, all features, even for the most advanced plan, which is business. And most importantly, I will also show you how to find exploding topics, which, as the name says, is one of the key features of the software. For specific features, you can check out the chapters in the description or at the bottom of your video. So let's jump right in. After choosing a Exploding Topics Pro plan, you can log in with your credentials, and the first thing you will see is a login screen followed by the main dashboard. In this dashboard, you will see some highlights of what's been added to the database. You can open up one of the trend tracking projects or take a quick look at some trending products, recommended trends on the left, trending startups, the latest trend reports, and also click on a button at the bottom to view the API documentation, from where you can retrieve reports and trend data from Exploding Topics Pro, but more on that later. To access all the software features, you can use the vertical menu at the left. Right now we are on the dashboard, which is highlighted on that menu. From that menu, you can also access trend tracking, trends database, the trend search, trending startups, trending products, meta trends, reports library, API access, my account, and contact us. Let's cover all the features on the menu from top to bottom, starting with trend tracking. To start tracking trends, you will need to create a new project, and you can also export your project to a CSV file in the button at the top right, which may be useful if you are working with other tools, for example keyword tools, and then you want to compile a database or a sheet with all that data, or if you want, for example, to create reports for yourself, your business, or client. So let's go ahead and create a new project. Since I'm recording a demo, let's just call it a demo project. If you have a specific goal in mind, for example, trend research for an industry or a niche, you can use a name that reflects that, like the examples below, which are SaaS, software as a service, DTC, product ideas, startups to keep an eye on. However, you do not need to worry too much about it, since you can change your project name later on according to new info or your own criteria. In the next step, you will be asked to pick some categories, and so there's quite a big list, and these are more general, or you can see them as broader themes in which Exploding Topics Pro will find trending topics. So we have AI, beauty, company, concept, design, eco, e-commerce, education, fashion, finance, fitness, food, gaming, health, home, lifestyle, luxury, marketing, media, pets, product, sales, science, social, software, sports, startup, technology, and travel. You can go broad and pick multiple categories if you have a brand, a website, a YouTube channel, or any other channel that covers more than one topic and therefore is not niche, or if you want to find trends that might have an overlap between different niches and therefore giving you ideas that might not be covered yet. But picking one single category per project might be a good approach to get more targeted suggestions, and then you can change between projects if you wish to do so. Using one category per project will also make it easier. It's a simpler approach where you can view each one of the projects that are in separate categories, and therefore might be easier for you to find something on those topics, since you will get more recommendations for each one of the projects instead of one project that has multiple categories in aggregate. So let's pick up some that are related to my channel, just as an example. So let's go with education, finance, marketing and software. Now you will need to hit confirm, and in a few seconds Exploding Topics will find you some relevant trends for those categories we just picked up. You can select some interesting trends if you want to start tracking them. As soon as you select these, your dashboard will start showing data related to both categories and trends you chose for your project. If you go back to trend tracking, you can also edit your project name and remove the trends you added to it before by using the track button. The Trends database is a hub you can use to access trends under a category or subcategory, or to be more precise, topics or subtopics. The main categories are business, technology, beauty, health and wellness, home, entertainment, fashion, finance, food and beverage, industry, lifestyle and culture. I'm going to check out the blockchain category, and I'm already seeing some interesting topics. You can see all results or show only brand results. All includes brands and all the other search terms, while the brands option usually shows brand names, platforms, apps, business names and so on. There are also some filters at the right that can help you narrow down your search or show certain topics first. By using sort, you can sort results by different metrics. Growth will show topics with the highest growth metric number. Trendline seems to display topics that have or had constant growth over a certain period of time, as you can notice by the form of the trendline that appears on the graph. Discover date will sort topics by date in which they were discovered or added to the database. Search volume will show the topics with the most search volume first. We've previously covered the sorting options. Now let's talk about the filters. You can filter by time frame, which will filter results by how much available data history is available, and also changes the graph view to show how the trend evolves on that time frame. Changing these time frames can also give you more recent trends or trends that have been growing for a while. The shortest option is past 3 months, and the largest time frame is past 15 years. 5 years is usually a good value in the middle to see the overall trend growth. On status, you can see a short summary of trend performance. Regular are topics that have not peaked or exploded, although they might do so in the future, and that's also why tracking and reports are useful. Peaked are topics where the interest already peaked, so you will see a peak on the graphic that represents the highest interest already reached by that topic in the past. Exploding are topics that have a steep hockey stick growth. If you think about a hockey stick, or if you put an overlay on those graphics, you will see that the shape of the trend line is very close to the hockey stick. This pattern usually shows a sudden and extremely rapid growth after a long period of linear growth, and these may be topics that you are just in time to catch as they reach the most popularity but are also sustainable for producing content. You can also use the Export Trend Data button to export all data under your selected filters and main topic picked earlier. To see more data on a certain topic, you can click on it and it will open up the graph with additional data. At the top of the graph, you can change the time frames and also take a look at two very important metrics, which are volume and growth. Volume is the global Google search volume for the previous full month, and growth represents the growth over the time period selected in percentage. So if you change the time frame, you will see that the volume will keep the same value while growth percentage will change. There's also a channel breakdown at the right, which is an awesome feature that will show you the channel where that specific topic has the most popularity. This can be pretty cool for content marketing strategies because you can target the right channel instead of producing every single type of content under the sun for multiple channels. You can actually cover topics on a specific channel that perform the best, meaning that you can see a better return on your investment even though it is organic traffic. It is good to know since you can target those users and create specific campaigns, whether they are paid or organic for those platforms. At the bottom, you can find related topics to continue your research. These topics might give you content ideas, angles, or just ideas for your overall strategy. And at the bottom right, you also have all the categories linked to that topic. So you might be able to cover that topic on different categories, meaning that you can actually have two niches where that topic might be popular and you can cover those on two different articles. Now let's go to Trend Search, which is another feature of Exploding Topics Pro. Even though you can search on the previous Trends database section, this one is better for finding or checking certain topics to get data by entering a keyword or a search term. While entering that search term, you can even target specific countries if you need to develop international strategies or trend analysis for other countries, because the trends and the way people consume and buy products might be different from country to country. Sometimes those differences are quite big, while other times they might be smaller. But it is a difference nonetheless that might affect how much a business does in profit and how much customers it can retain as well. After entering your search term, followed by the location, you will get trend data. When there is an exact match on the database, you will see the data for that topic right away. If it is a very long keyword or topic that's not available yet, then the graph will be empty. Most likely, that topic will not be as important or is simply not something you use for initial trend research, but actually a long-term keyword that you can better research with a keyword research tool instead of trend analysis, and that long tail keyword can be derived from a shorter keyword that's actually a trending topic. So within a trending topic, you can actually develop a strategy and have multiple long tail keywords that target that trending topic. You can still source data from a more broad topic that might be included on that keyword as a single word, for example, to gauge the topic interest. Something else to bear in mind is that in this section, related trends seem to be highly relevant, and so I would suggest using this after you found some inspiration from the trends database instead of using that to find related keywords. That's at least what I've seen from my own experience while testing the software. In trending startups, you can find new startups that are growing and may have a bright future. This can be used by startup investors or even founders who want to take a look at the competition or even new ideas from existing companies or products that might exceed in one or more core aspects. In this page, you can see a list of companies where there is the name and then followed by growth, total funding, latest round, number of employees, and category. There are also some filters you can use to see more relevant results. The first three we have already seen in previous sections, and they will use the same categories under the drop-down menu, which are the time frames, categories, and status. With those out of the way, let's now cover the new filters, which are total funding. In total funding, you can select from below $100K up to over $100 million in funding, or just select all if you don't want to exclude any company by total funding. But this can be a way of picking companies by how much funding funding they have and therefore also associated with risk. Latest round allows you to select the type of funding a company might be receiving and also in which funding phase it might be at, hinting at how developed a certain company is. So you have plenty of options in here. First there's all, which includes all of these categories. Then you have angel, bootstrapped, pre-seed, seed, series A, B, C, D, E, F, G and H, so from A to H. And then you have convertible note, corporate round, crowdfunding, debt financing, grant, initial coin offering, non-equity assistance, post-IPO debt, private equity, secondary market and venture round. It wouldn't make sense to explain every single one on this video, but I'm also going to leave a short list of these definitions on the screen so you can pause it and take a look at what each of those mean or even take a screenshot. By using number of employees, you can see how big the team behind the company is. You can find small teams with 1 to 10 employees or more than 10,000 or everything in between. In location, you can select a continent where the company is located, where they offer services, their headquarters or the area where they do business. So some companies can have more than one continent in that regard. We have Africa, Asia, Europe, North America, Oceania, South America, and that's pretty much it. Once you are finished with your filter selection, you can check out the results in depth by clicking on a company or exporting the trending startups to a CSV file. Let's check out the first company on the list. Opening up the page will show you a description of what the company is about. You can also see the founded date, the number of employees, total funding, latest round, location, website, social media handles with a link that's clickable so you can check out their social media and then take a look at interviews, press releases and all of that stuff during research, which is very useful. So as you are already seeing, this doesn't only help you with trend research, it already includes some features that are usually provided by other sites like Crunchbase, which is a site for business research or a site that lists things such as locations, headquarters, acquisitions, and funding. At the right, you can see the trend chart or graph that we've already covered previously with the same metrics and options. Scrolling down will reveal a list of related startups, all the categories linked to the company, related topics that you could use for campaigns, and again, the channel breakdown. Now let's check the trending product section. This is where you can usually find the best e-com products growing in popularity. Although this is not exactly a spy tool for e-commerce, it will provide plenty of information and enough to help you get product ideas for your e-com business and avoid fad products that might sell for a short term and then will stop and start underperforming. But if you are looking for ads or funnels, then this is not appropriate. You could use instead something like the Facebook ads library. I've also noticed that the data source being used is Amazon, which as you know is one of the biggest e-com players. When it comes to filtering options, we still have timeframes, categories and status, but there's also other filters that are especially useful for product research. For all these filters mentioned, you will be able to see the related metrics on the product list. First, there's BSR, and BSR is the average Amazon bestsellers rank for the top products. The minimum is below 1,000 and the max is over 500,000. There's also monthly sales, which allows you to filter products by average Amazon monthly sales from below 200 up to over 10,000. You can also filter by price or price range. The minimum here is below $20 and the maximum is over $1,000. So you can find the best low ticket products or high ticket products. Revenue will show you average Amazon revenue for the top products in the last 30 days. Revenue is a very important metric if you want to find products to snag that will most likely be profitable if under the right conditions. You can find products with less than $5,000 in revenue up to $1 million or more. It's also possible to filter by review stars to leave out low quality products that are not making customers happy so that you can avoid running into the same issues, or products where the manufacturer might have some batches with quality control issues. If you already use Amazon, you know that this star ranking starts in 1 star up to 4 or more, and that's also the filter that you can use. Let's now pick a product and dive into the data. We can see right away the product name and description, and just below that we have some of the metrics I have already mentioned. So we have average revenue, average BSR, average price, average monthly sales, and average reviews. There's also TikTok views, which are the total TikTok views for videos related to the product. It is a very interesting metric that can give you an indication of what might perform well on TikTok, whether it is related to ads or just content in aggregate. Let's say that you want to start a niche store. You can get more product ideas from the related products section and see how the other products are performing. At the bottom, you can also see related topics that you can use to promote the product, get keywords, or rank in search, whether that's on Amazon, Google, or other marketplaces. And there's also, again, the categories and channel breakdown. Meta trends reflect a broader wave of many micro trends within a specific industry. So, for example, a meta trend like natural skincare is driven by micro trends like vitamin C serums, caffeine, eye cream, and snail mucin. At the top you can see some trending meta trends. If you scroll down, you can have a quick overview of meta trends for different categories like tech, wellness, AI, and more. Or you can see all meta trends either by clicking on the button at the top or by going to the bottom of the page. Clicking on one of these meta trends will open a graph with an inner ring and an outer ring, and also a background and analysis section with a short summary. If you take a look at the graph, you will see the inner ring that shows your micro trends with the meta trend that's in the middle, while the outer ring has other trends related to the meta trend at the middle. By clicking in each smaller point or circle in any of the rings, you will be able to see the trend data for that term and the trend graph. For more data, you can click on the trend graph. This circle reminds me of a topic cluster, which is a way to organize topics and subtopics for SEO and content marketing strategies, where you start with a main topic and then you branch out and find related topics you can cover to then link to the topic that's in the middle, and usually the topic at the middle is a page which is usually called content pillar that links to all the other articles which cover related keywords. The reports library is a library where you can access all previously released trend reports. These reports look to me like a newsletter format where everything is laid out for you. You will see what I mean in a second. You can select a report by date, or if any of the terms mentioned pique your interest. So let's click and open the last report. At the top you have a short intro to some early bird companies and also tomorrow's products today. Both of these are in early stages or very recent. The report doesn't just show charts, but also the company's website, a shortcut to the search trend function inside Exploding Topics Pro, but also a summary of what the company does, what it sells, what makes the product or company unique, where it was sold, the revenue, product benefits, sometimes even USPs, and also search and social stats that signal growth. These reports show you data, but also give you a quick analysis for each one of these trends mentioned and how you can use that as leverage for your own business. If your exploding topics plan includes API access, which in this case is the business plan, it means you can get reports and trend data from Exploding Topics Pro to your own software, website, database, CMS, a sheet, or something else. I'm not a developer, so I'm not going to dive deep into it, but you can get access to your API key, and to learn how to use it properly, you can check out the documentation or reach the email if you face some issues. In my account, you can update your password, cancel your membership, access invoices, update billing information, add users, and also contact support. If you want to contact Exploding Topics support, you can click on Contact Us at the bottom of the navigation bar. It will open up a page with a contact form where you can fill in the details and send a message. So we've just explored all Exploding Topics Pro features. This is quite the advanced trend analysis software. There's not a lot like it in the market, especially when it comes to predictive metrics for upcoming and growing topics. And it can help you stay ahead and make data-driven decisions. This will work especially well if you combine the data from Exploding Topics Pro with a keyword research tool like SEMrush, Mongoose, or others. You can try it yourself by clicking on the link down in the description. There's a 14-day trial for $1 and it works on any plan, so if you want to explore all the features you can go for the business plan, try it out, and then cancel if you don't feel like it is the best plan for you, or perhaps you want to use other plan. That's also an option as well. I'm also going to upload an Exploding Topics Pro review, which you can check out on the description, or you can also go ahead and click on the playlist for more Exploding Topics Pro videos. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.